The year was 2023. A small force of people have decided to start a rebellion in the game ERLC on a server called Greater Toronto Roleplay. This rebellion would later to be known on as the CCU. Hello, my name is Templar, and I'm here to explain to you how ICE has came to be. Long ago, before ICE was even a thing, we started off with the CCU, the Communist Canadian Empire. At first, we were just a group of rebels, and then we turned into a formalized group for a server called Greater Toronto. We focused on raiding games, and mostly ERLC at first. We chose a leader. His name was Kriegman. He was a great leader, and he still is a great leader to this day. He and Polish Templar Knight, formerly known as Bedman2217, and a couple other people who have yet to be named, were the founders of the CCU. Another founder of the CCU was a long-lasting member named Zero Knight. He was a loyal member, but sadly moved on his own path, and a lot of other members have not been found or remembered and have been lost to time. Eventually, we got tired of recruiting in ERLC because of ineffective strategies, and we found a new game called Empire Clash. This is where we would spend tons of time into recruiting and hosting events until we met Robin, who is a loyal member of the group, still being with us to this day and being a high-ranking official in our military. We continued playing and recruiting and having more events in our group, but behind the scene, there was corruption on the rise. A high-ranking official named Lieutenant was kicking members who haven't done anything against the rules, but would be dealt with and removed from power. But a bigger incident named the Silly Incident. This incident happened when a member named Silly Goose started making suggestions about large changes in the group, which Krieg and other high-ranking officials like Templar agreed with. But his ideal was to change the group into a Ukrainian charity group. After starting to make changes to that the CCU didn't approve of, he'd be taken out of power, but he did not go down with a fight. This is when the Cold War period started in the CCU. Silly Goose would go on to make his own server in response. We would create a group called KCI, a secret group that was made to examine the new people to our group and infiltrate other servers. We would continue this raiding each other's groups until eventually Silly would back against a wall. We finally sat down and discussed a way to end this. Once the Cold War was ended, a few months later, a small group changes after struggling to bring in new members, Kriegman decided to make a large decision that would change the server forever. He decided to rename the server from the Communist Canadian Union and would change it forever in history to be the Imperial Canadian Empire.